Hey guys, so today I am going to be doing a kind of a different kind of gameplay guide. I'm mostly going to be focusing on getting my microphone straight, which is what I'm doing right now. But I'm also going to be focusing on positioning and talking about positioning of units. Sorry that I'm a bit dark. I'll show you what happens if I turn on my other lights. You can see there's like a little box around me, and that's because of the green screen behind me. So if I turn the lights off, the like counterintuitively, the box kind of goes away, but I also have less light on my face. I can get really close, and you can see me, but I guess that's it. I just think I can either go Soulbreaker or Tusk. These are just the best one-star units. So I'm going to talk a little bit about positioning. I'm not going to go too in-depth because I'm going to do like a separate guide for this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen at all. Give me 1 second. As you can see, I'm very bad at using my green screen. Aha, magic. Oh, I look better now as well. That's brilliant. I'm back to normal. Okay, resistance cloak. So I'm going to talk a little bit about positioning. I'm not going to do a full guide on this because I will be doing a full guide on positioning at some point in the future. I mean, he's just better than him, but I don't know if I'm ever going to go. We'll just get him out for now. And this positioning guide is going to be quite basic. It's going to talk to me about the basic forms of positioning, where you should put certain units, how to get someone to tank, how to get someone to generate their ultimate quickly, how to protect your DPS. That's generally what I'm going to focus on. I'm also obviously going to be talking through my gameplay as I usually do. I always just sort of generally talk through my gameplay. But I want you guys to get the basic ideas of how to position your units, and that will help you in the future. Let's do this. Let's bring on Skull Hunter. Could have got Red Axe, but whatever. And so I kind of want to talk about, and it doesn't really matter now, and it will probably matter more when I get towards the later levels, but the reason I'm positioning everything like this is because I just want everything on the front line. Like, I really just want things to be hitting as close as possible. I've got warriors who want to generate their ultimates quickly. The assassin, I really don't mind him at this point killing things in the front line. It's likely that I'll want to move my Soulbreaker to the back line, so he'll jump directly to the back line once I start facing normal people. I actually got quite a lot of... I'm going to put that on him for the moment. That is exactly what I wanted. So I'm actually going to take him off, and I'm going to put him on, because that's going to get me a nice bit of a bonus. We'll give him the regen, give him the resistance. So I want him directly in the middle, so if I've got another line formation, he's going to hit everybody with his ultimate. These guys are going to tank, and you can see that the HP is negligible between these two, but these guys are likely going to tank. You can see he's not going to be tanking the majority of the damage, and everybody's taken one target. But the reason I want him in the middle is in the future, I really want him to have the biggest impact ultimate. You can see this ultimate, it hits in a sort of a shape around him. I don't know if it shows you the things within one grid, so it's going to be all around in that sort of diamond shape around him. That is where I want the maximum impact. So that's why I've got him in the middle. You've got to think about the ultimates of the people that you're using. I'll put on this. Again, I want these guys to tank. How much HP has he got? Actually, no. I want these guys to tank, and I want these guys to have the maximum impact ultimates. His ultimate is single target. His ultimate is single target. His ultimate is AoE. His ultimate is AoE. And when I say AoE, it means area of effect, which means it's going to affect certain units around it. Skull Hunter is in front of him like this, and Juggernaut, also Swordman, is around him like this. So ideally, you can see I've now got my Swordman right in the middle of 3 of his members of his team. Now I'm a little bit behind in experience. He's gone for level 5, but look at the ultimate that I get from Swordman because of my positioning here. It does so much damage to his backline. Now, I might not end up winning this because I was a little bit behind in levels, but irrespective of that, the damage that he did there, if I was level 5, would have been really good. I probably could have sold and got up to level 5, but I'm not that bothered. I kind of like to keep gold in case I need extra pieces. But you can see like just how much impact that ultimate had by itself. I just purely lost that because I was down a level. I am actually going to level up here. I'm just going to put another Swordman in. So Swordman's got really good base stats. He's 67 with a 1.1 attack speed. The only warrior at level 1 that beats him, I believe, is Abyssal Warrior, the Marine warrior guy. So that's why I'm putting both of those in the middle again. I just want I want him to be the tank. I want him to get that maximum impact damage off. Oh my god, he's got a level 2. Oh, I thought that was level 3 for a second. But you can see here, like, once he gets his ultimate is going to hit these 3 people here. His ultimate is going to hit at least these 2 people here. And that's damage across the entire roster. And you can see how much AoE damage they're actually doing just by being positioned in the middle of my group. And I haven't really even got that strong of a lineup. I've only got 1 2-star unit on the board right now. But that's the way I'm positioning. It's called a line formation. It forces the enemy to face you in a line, especially if they've got theirs not in a box formation at the back. And also putting my AoE sort of ultimate heroes in the middle is what I'm doing. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Okay, like we're like in a really strong position right now. We could definitely go warriors, hunters. I've got the Agursis Ranger. I am going to sell him off because I don't want him anymore. But I'm going to stick to the same thing. The thing that I could do here is move him into the middle and then have these 2 on the outside. And essentially, this is trying to take the heat off these guys. The heat is mostly going to be on the outside. Why have I got my 2-star Tusk Champion, my 2-star Stone Spirit on the outside? That's because when you're on the outside, you generally are going to take the most damage. And you can see he is taking 2 guys attacking him right now, so he's tanking for me. And my guys that I want to keep safe, which is one of my Swordman and my Skull Hunter, are really safe because they were in the middle. They take the least amount of heat. And my Tusk Warrior and my Stone Spirit are the ones that have taken the majority of the damage here because they're on the outside. So the outside is generally where you want to put your big tanks. They're going to take the most damage. The other way you could put, the other reason you could put guys on the outside is if you have someone who you want to get an ultimate off really quickly, and that's also something to consider. So I'm not going to go knights this game. I may either go hunters or mages, but I've got a level 2 Skull Hunter right here, so I'm going to continue to run with this. I'm actually just in a very strong position. You can see I've got the level 3 warrior bonus. I am also going to take a level up here. The reason I take a level up here is because next level I'm going to be guaranteed 1 experience. Now, interesting thing to note, have a look at this. It's really important to see. You can see that every level, it increases your percentage chances of getting the higher tier pieces, like the level 4 pieces, which are the epics, the purple ones. So, when this refreshes, when I win, I want to be level 6 when it refreshes. So I get the experience, and then it refreshes. So it gives me a level 6 set of, essentially gives me a level 6 set of, what's the word I'm looking for? Probabilities. I actually got wrecked by that guy. Who's this guy? T-Len. What's he running with? Glacier Demon. He's got like he's got a level. Okay, he's got a couple of good level 2s. That's fair enough. I mean, I'm happy to take a couple of early losses. I actually should, for the most part, be playing for a win streak here. That is good. So I'm going to move her in. Now, do I want to roll? This is a question actually. I'm actually going to not use her. I'm better off using a demon by herself. I'm going to place my my Queen of Pain the back, or Phantom Queen back here. The reason I place my Phantom Queen back here is, for the most part, I want her to be attacking a back line. It really depends who I'm going up against. Sometimes it's better to have her in the front line so she gets the maximum damage off with her ultimate. But in this case, I can see like backline mages. Like, I want her to dive to the back. Unfortunately, she didn't dive quickly enough. She's got to deal with the Soul Breaker first. But once she's done, she should be able to dive to the back pretty easily. Like this, all the way to the back, and she just gets zapped. Whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. The rest of my warriors will clean things up, hopefully. The zapping of the Flaming Wizard sort of took her out, but ideally she would have got to the back line and started taking her out and not be zapped. But that was just a random zap. It happens. There we go, Swordman. This is actually absolutely poggers, because now I can sell her. I can bring Doom in. I can also bring Abyssal Guard in. Now, what I want to do here is, again, keep my tanks on the outside. I do really want to have Swordman right in the middle, because that's where they're going to maximize the impact of his spinning. But I've got 5 out of 6 warriors right now, with hunters potentially in the back line. But that was a really, really good turn for me in terms of... a really, really good turn for me in terms of getting the cards that I wanted. I mean, having a Doom Arbiter this early on, he's got incredible base stats. If you look at his level 1 base stats, 115 damage. I haven't really... Who else have I actually got level 1? Let's have a look at Tusk Champion's level 1 base stats, 52 damage. So he, like, almost over doubles the damage that he's got. I'm going to save this in case I go for a Berserker. So when you run a warrior combo, you often like to have Berserker. I could put it on Swordman, and I could put it on Skull Hunter, both of which are fine. But I'm probably likely going to sell Skull Hunter off at some point if I'm not going to go down a hunter path. I'm going to save this for the moment. Regen is always happy to go onto one of my tanks. I'm going to give it to my Doom Arbiter because I want him to stay alive. So the little bit of regen might help out. I also want to keep Doom Arbiter alive, which is why I've put him mostly in the middle, because he's not going to take the heat, and you can see everybody else has taken damage, and now Doom Arbiter is free on the outside to just hit people with that very high amount of damage. And this should give me a pretty solid win here. I think I've got a very, very good mid-game roster to work with right now, so I'm just going to continue to work like this. The benefit of going hunters and warriors is that because if we go against mages, I can just integrate things like Tidehunter and Siren, and they fit really nicely into both having a hunter passive, but also having the ability to give me a really strong magic resist when I've got the marine bonus. The marine bonus gives magic resist to all of your teammates. Now, I have a... so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out him, and I'm going to put her in. Now she's I'm not going to get the hunter bonus here, but her damage output is really good. She's got a good attack speed, and she also increases the attack speed for herself and damage for herself. I want to talk about Abyssal Guard for a little bit. He's probably one of the most underrated pieces in the entire game. Oh my goodness, he's got 2 level 2 Exersis Rangers. He's probably one of the most underrated pieces in the game. He's got a level 1 attack of 85. He's a 2-star piece and a 1.2 attack speed. His base attack speed and attack damage is really good. So people underestimate Abyssal Guard. He's probably one of the strongest level 2 pieces in the game, and he can carry you through a lot of early engages just by having essentially almost double some of the level 1 base damages of things like... let's have a look. Like almost double base damage to someone like Tusk Champion, right? It's like another 40% on top of it. So it's like crazy how good Abyssal Guard is. Let's have a look here. So I'm going to buy up Venomancer. Now the reason I buy up Venomancer is because I'm keeping my options open to pivot out of warriors. Not pivot out of warriors, but to give my backup strat of, if I don't have hunters, I can now go into mages, potentially with the source. I can go into warlocks. Warrior warlock is very strong. I'd have Venomancer, I would have the level 4 cost. What is he called? I have to find him. Give me a second, guys. Chess pieces, all qualities, mythical. He's called Soul Reaper. I don't know what he's called in the mobile version, but yeah, Soul Reaper. So Soul Reaper is really strong, and if I get the lifesteal bonus for warriors, that's really good. But I'm going to keep him there just in case. He's not a great unit in his own right. He really works best when he's in a Goblin synergy, and Goblin synergy can be quite difficult to make work. But other than that, I'll just keep him because I want to keep my options open, which is obviously the case. Okay, now I need to I think I'm just going to sacrifice going mages at this point. I'm going to bring in Doom Arbiter because I'd like to get a level 2 Doom Arbiter as quickly as possible. I'm not going to roll here. People sometimes say, oh, like, sometimes rolling early is good, but when I'm kind of rolling for pieces like Doom Arbiter, you want to wait until level 7 or level 8. So I'm going to build up to 50 gold, and then I'm going to start rolling when I'm at 50 gold, whilst investing in experience at the same time. After this is the wolves, and I'll teach you how to position for wolves. There's definitely positions that you have to take for certain neutral strategies. I'm not worried about the majority of my pieces, actually, which is really interesting because I don't think I really have to care about the majority of my pieces. But it's just my Exersis Ranger that's the one we're going to have to keep an eye on. The Exersis Ranger can get very heavily taken out by the warriors. By the wolves. I have to be careful here. I think I might actually end up losing this. I do. He had a level 2 Abyss Warrior and it just absolutely killed me. Abyssal Guard even. They're just absolutely insane. But I'm going to position and show you how you position for the wolves for the most part. This is called an anti-assassin position, and if you're going up against an assassin composition, this is pretty good too. What you need to have is, once we get there, give me a second. I do want to buy this, but I need to sell off something for it. Let's sell off the Skull Hunter for the time being. I'm more low. So what I'm going to do for an anti-assassin position, I'm going to place the thing that I want to protect here I'm going to place something behind it so the assassins jump to it, and then essentially we essentially just box in like this. We don't want the assassin right at the back because, sorry, we don't want the thing that we want to protect right at the back because the wolves are very likely to jump to it. And actually it's worked out okay because I've only got one wolf attacking here. So the rest of my wolves have been distracted by the warriors at the back line. Now she's probably going to die, but she's going to get a lot of damage off before that happens. Could have placed someone in the back left corner as well. That might have helped here too, but we just didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. But in the end, I'm really only concerned with winning this. And it looks like the rest of the warriors should be able to take these guys out. Yeah, we should be fine here. And again, this was just trying to protect my Agursis Ranger for the longest possible time, and protecting my Agursis Ranger was the primary aim against these wolves, because that's allowed me to kill them all, which is a very tricky round to get through, and now we're finding ourselves in a solid position. That's always worth considering, but I'm not going down that route. And again, I'm just going to let this this go a bit further. I'm not too bothered about my Skull Hunter and upgrading him. I'm going to move these guys back to the front line. Again, I want to have Doom here. Might have Doom this side, actually. People naturally put most of their stuff on the left-hand side. So what I'm going to do is move things over like this. Naturally, everyone will place their stuff on the left-hand side. It's just habit. This guy actually placed it on the other side here. But again, it doesn't really matter. I've protected my Agursis Ranger. I have got my Swordsman in the wrong position, but everything else seems to be going fine, and I'm not too concerned with how this has ended up. So we've actually silenced the Unicorn as well, which means they're not going to get the healing off, and we should be okay. Have a look. Not on a win streak bonus right now, which is a bit of a shame because I think we lost at a crucial time. But regardless, we're still building a really good economy. Something else that I recommend doing is checking what the other people are kind of building. Not many other people have gone like full warrior. I also have one of the best economies apart from this guy down the bottom, who has really just gone heavily up to 50 gold, as has that guy. Werewolf is insane here. I kind of want to bring him in for the beast synergy. Do you know what? We're going to sell off. We're not going to go that. We're going to sell that off. And I do want to consider hunters because of the siren. But the problem is that I'm more interested in upgrading my warriors because they're the more flexible part of my kit. So I'm gonna keep the warriors as the ones that I'm kind of investing a bit of time into here. Again, I've managed to get my Doom in the middle. So he took Queen of Pain. They're the Queen of Pain front line. This is a really good position to put Queen of Pain against a line composition. You know, I talked a little bit about putting Queen of Pain at the back. The reason that is good is because you can dive to the back line and deal with things like this. If you're going up against a warrior composition, putting Queen of Pain at the front is really good because you want her to get the most damage off with her ultimate. But you can start to see that people are... There we go, that's what I wanted. Rank up. I'm not coming on the field just yet. You can come on, rank up. So what I want to do now is wait for another round and start investing in to get to level 7 so I can bring my werewolf on to make sure I've got the beast synergy. That's ideally what I want to do here. I might move my Doom out just a little bit and put him in the middle again. I don't want Doom to take as much damage as he has been, which has been a bit of an issue. Okay, this is perfectly fine, and actually, this positioning is so good for my Skull Hunter and so good for my Juggernaut. You can see when the ultimate comes through, they're actually doing a lot of damage. His Juggernaut didn't get as much work done because it was on the outside, although he has got a very powerful backline, which I haven't been able to get through to, and the Razor Claw has definitely done me some damage. So this guy has got some very powerful units. And I need to work towards getting a Berserker ASAP. Or getting a Siren and going for the Triple Hunter. And I don't need a Berserker. I could put this stuff onto my Agursis Ranger, but there's someone else also building a Agursis Ranger, so it's going to be a bit of an issue. I'm not too concerned right now, though. Alright, so let's have a look. Werewolf over here. Now, I could consider moving into a box formation at this point, which is something that is definitely worth doing, but I only have one thing that I want to protect, which is my Agursis Ranger. I'm actually going to put some bits and bobs on these guys. Doom Arbiter is one I want to invest in, so I'm putting stuff onto him. So this guy's got a box formation. Not sure why he's got his Temple Shining Assassin at the back. Just because that means the Shining Assassin's not going to get to my backline. The Shining Assassin doesn't really do a huge amount of work like this. You kind of want them to be to the backline and distracting the backline hunters. Like if he'd put his Shining Assassin somewhere else on the opposite side and it dove to the back to kill my Agersis Ranger, we might have been in a different position. Might end up losing this anyway, though. I think I'm just struggling to keep up with the kind of power level units that people are bringing out, so I need to start investing into rolling. Abyssal Guard is good. Let's roll. Siren is insane. Werewolf is good. So, what am I going to do here? Let's bring a warrior off. Should we sacrifice? Okay, so now I'm going to move into a box formation. Because I have things that I want to protect, I'm going to move into a box formation, which is a little bit like this. So still got a line, but I'm just protecting the things that I want to on the back line. Am I going to sell anything for that Agersis Ranger? I can sell my Swordman for the time being. My damage is coming from the Agersis Ranger, which is important. That can go on him. The reason I put that on my Swordman is for the simple fact that he does magic damage with his ultimate. So if I can reduce magic resistance by hitting them, then using his ultimate, that's really good. I'm going to put more armor onto Doom Arbiter. Right. A little bit in experience. I want to put a little bit in experience every time. Werewolf. Okay. Rank up. I might take him off just to get the beast bonus for the time being. Don't want to pick him up, I don't think. No one else is going for him. If we win this round, then it doesn't matter, right? We're going to get the gold back. So I'm putting Werewolf on the outside because I want him to get his ultimate as quickly as possible, so I want people to attack him, which is what I've done here. I also want to eventually bring on Abyssal Guard. Abyssal Guard is going to give me the magic resistance versus some of the mage compositions, which is going to be really important. Ooh, kept my Siren alive, which is big. We're starting to get into a position where we're pretty strong now. So to compound my strength, and the fact that I don't feel like I'm under pressure right now, I'm just going to invest quite a lot into experience. The quicker I get to level 8 and above, the quicker I'm going to start finding the more important units. As you can see, getting from level 7 to level 8 is going to give me a 15% chance to get something like a Doom Arbiter every time that we get a refresh of the I need him. I just need him. Who do I sell him for? We're going to get rid of him now. He's a good win condition. I might keep him. I'm going to invest a bit into experience. We're going to roll once more. That's a Skull Hunter again. I think I'm just going to have to wait. Going to have to wait it out. I want to get to level 8 as quickly as possible. I might not even use Berserker, to be honest, because I've gone for a kind of a Hunter strategy as well, and I might put all of it in Agersis Ranger. We've gone Hunter Warrior, so we have the front line for our Hunters, and they're pretty strong. You can see 187 damage on my Agersis Ranger right now, and I've got 104 damage on my Siren. So I'm probably going to be more concerned with upgrading them, but I need to make sure that my front line of Warriors is very strong too. And we also have the Beast Hunter synergy too. So Beast gives me 10% attack damage, including summon units, and all friendly Hunters have 35 attack damage and a 35% chance to pierce evasion. So it's a really, really good strategy to go for Beast Warrior Hunter. And this is good. I'm gonna actually get to level 8 here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna free up some space by bringing on him. I would bring on my Abyssal Guard, but he's not level 2 just yet. Agersis Ranger level 3. We need to kill this guy. Needs to die. So once this guy dies, I am going to go crazy rolling for these Agersis Ranger. He's the only guy that's currently building Agersis Rangers, and he's very, very low. So if he dies to someone before I die, I am going to just absorb all of those Agersis Rangers. So this guy's probably going to go for the Berserker strategy with the Warriors, which is pretty good too. It's the one that I usually run, but I'm not actually going to run that this time round. We should still win this because my Hunters haven't been touched at the back line. And that's what the box strategy is really good for, especially if they're not running Assassins. If you are running against someone who's running Assassins, you need to really move these guys up and have someone distract the Assassins for a little bit. He hasn't failed yet. JK Vest won, so I need him to fail. So I'm actually quite content to just build up an economy and start. I just want to maybe roll for a level 3 Stone Spirit. I'm going to buy him anyway. I'm going to buy her, of course. Yeah, buy her. I'm going to sell. What else am I selling? Sell. I'm not going for Berserker. That's fine. Bring me back up to 40. Someone else is going to get the Berserkers next round. Oh, this guy's going for the Goblin strategy. This is a very, very, very strong strategy. I actually think Goblin Warlock is one of the strongest strategies in the game, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. But again, the problem with Goblins is you rely on getting the Devastator in the late game. So you need to basically get towards level 8 or level 9 as quickly as possible. And that also means you need to get incredibly lucky with early rolls so you don't die quickly. But we've got a level 2 Siren now. I mean, we're just killing everyone. Let's go for him. Okay, that's brilliant. Rank up. And let's go like this. Rank up. Let's clear some space. So when I get to level 9, I can bring him on and then go for the 6 warrior bonus. That's basically what I'm playing for now. Doom Arbiter, leveling her up to level 3, getting him on at level... Well, actually, he's just strictly stronger than Stone Spirit. So let's bring him on now. If you look at his base damage, it's 187 with 1.2 attack speed, 160 with 1.9 attack speed for Stone Spirit. Like, Abyssal Guard is legit just good. He's legit just a great chess piece. Ghostblade. So we're going to put that on my Agursis Ranger, because we're playing, like, Agursis Ranger carry mode at this point in time. Doom Arbiter, bang baby, that's exactly what we needed. Gonna let myself just roll this round out. I'm not gonna be kind of going too hard. JK Vest has got a level 3 sniper. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 4 assassins, 4 hunters. I think he loses to a good warrior strategy, but level 3 dwarf sniper is pretty insane. He's not put anything on the Agursis Ranger, but dwarf sniper has got a pretty quick attack speed. I'm actually playing him now. Who is he playing? Is he playing me, or is... He's not playing me. But I beat him pretty easily, because I'm Warriors. Warriors beats that kind of composition because we have the armor. Yeah, I've got no worries about beating him in the late game. Just going to compound my victory by putting a bit in experience. That is brilliant. Rank up, rank up. Now I need to find who I want to take out for that. I can probably sacrifice my cave, can I? We're not really facing mages, so I'm going to just take out Abyssal Guard for the time being. He's going to tank, brilliant. And I'm almost getting my Tusk Champion to level 3 as well. This game has actually been pretty solid. This is like a hunter warrior strategy. It's pretty standard. This guy has got a Berserker, so there is something to worry about when it comes to the Berserker. He's got a little bit of items on him as well, but I shouldn't struggle too much. I might have to move over. I might have to reposition versus this guy for the pure fact that I want his Berserker to be hitting my beefiest units for the most part. He lost. Okay, he's lost. That's brilliant. Swordman. Okay, just sell. Let's have a look. Is anyone level 9 yet? Level 7? No, level 9, level 9. They're both level 9. Okay. What's their economies at? 57 and 7. Why is he at 71? They've invested a lot in experience. I probably should stop rolling. There is a real chance that I could lose the game because I'm just investing so much in rolling. I actually need to reposition. I'm actually going to have to reposition versus this guy. I think I still win, but I do need to reposition versus this guy specifically. This is versus Luke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring him over here. I also want my werewolf to pop off. My Doom is pretty tanky as well. And I want to bring these guys over here. I want these guys to be the ones getting hit for the most part. I'm also just going to level up to level 9 and then build my economy back from there, which means I can bring my Abyssal Warrior back on. So this is just a line formation. I want things to line up against me, and if not, I can curve them round. They'll curve round over there. So like this, like they're just curved round, and my hunters in the backline are completely safe. My Stone Spirit with 2,600 HP is taking the majority of the damage from his backline, and my backline is very, very strong, so I'm just happy to let them go to town and do what they're doing. My Siren has been untouched, she's going to get a big ultimate off here, and in the meantime, my Agursis Ranger is just going crazy. Don't think I'm going to need to get level 10 this game. I don't really need anything extra in this composition, I just need to level things up. We want to roll for stuff. Him. Toss champion. Bang. Rank up. Rank up. That's what we needed. I am going to move him a little bit closer. Because these guys are all on this corner here. So I want the majority of my damage to be taken here. And then these guys are a little bit weaker but deal more damage. So I want them to be coming around the side and taking less of the damage. It's going to be these guys first though. It's going to be the Thunder Hides. I don't know if I'm even going to get to level 3 Agursis Ranger. I really want to get to a level 3 Agursis Ranger. She's really strong. Fish Fork. Combinable. Oh, hell yeah. I don't even know what that does. That's insane. Your attacks cannot be dodged. Let's put the Ring of Regen on my wolf. What else am I looking to level up here? Agursis Ranger, right? Swordman. Probably not getting Siren to level 3. Swordman. Agursis Ranger. I'm just spending on my gold. This is unwise, and I would not recommend doing it. But I want to get my Agursis Ranger to level 3. I think my Agursis Ranger getting to level 3 is probably the best way of winning this game, like, absolutely. I think I've had someone reposition versus me, so I might have to consider looking at my positioning, because this wasn't as convincing of a win as I might have liked. Let's have a look. He's gone full line position there. He's gone corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, because there's no assassins, I'm actually going to move up into a line position. I'm going to put my tanks on the outside like this. I'm going to bring my hunters up here. The reason is because he's gone line versus me. I want my tanks on the outside. And even if there's a corner strategy over there, I really don't mind, because no one's going to be threatening my hunters. None of them have assassins, so it really doesn't matter. He's actually cleverly distracted 3 of my warriors. Still think we'll be okay here, but he did cleverly distract 3 of my warriors somehow, just by having a random throwaway over on that side. Okay, Luke's out. Luke was my biggest competition. This guy's positioned mostly in the corner. Agursis Ranger. Just one more Agursis Ranger. Come on, baby. Just one more Agursis Ranger. Really? So I'm going to do something different versus this guy. I know he's in the corner. I want to put this guy over here. I'm going to put these guys all the way over here because I want them to start attacking immediately. And hopefully he will just jump over to the corner that he's put the one random throwaway in. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to happen, except for Doom. Really didn't want Doom to do that, but whatever. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. I wanted to commit as little resources to that one random throwaway as possible, and I really wanted to focus on getting my dudes directly in the fight on the left-hand side corner, although he's got a Dark Spirit who's doing a lot of damage, and he's got a level 2 Berserker now, so I have to be a bit careful. I've also completely trashed my economy, and he's level 10. I need a level 3 Agursis Ranger. This is the thing. I've got a lot of HP to work with. I'm actually going to try and force him out of the box and come back a little bit. The more space I give, the more split up his team gets. I'm also going to split my hunters up, because the problem I had in that fight, I think he's got a Dark Spirit. Yeah. So that Dark Spirit did a lot of damage to my hunters. So I kind of want to draw that out a little bit. So this is better. I've split up his composition much more, and I don't have any of my hunters getting locked in the Dark Spirit. Might end up losing anyway. I mean, he's just got a really strong Berserker now. I don't think my front line is strong enough to deal with it. I need some more. What's he got? Oh my god, he's got a lot of stuff. Okay, Agursis Ranger. Boom. I'm going to bring him over here. So I'm going to split my formation up into two. So I'm going to hopefully try and split him across the map. That might be better. Ah, wait, I'm facing Black Dragon. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry, I wanted to split versus Black Dragon anyway. Infused Mask. What's Infused Mask? Attack damage increased by 50. Alright, let's go. Rolling for anything? Skull Hunter. Abyssal Guard. We've just got to try and hope that we can last long enough. We spent too much of our gold thinking that we'd already won. Okay, we got a very powerful Agursis Ranger. Kill his Berserker, kill his Berserker, kill his Berserker. That's really good. Yeah, okay, we come back. That split positioning worked a bit better. And I think we beat him. Do we beat him on his screen is the question. No, we don't beat him on his screen. Just going to try and build up a bit more gold. Or am I? Abyssal Guard. Swordman. Insufficient funds. Never mind. Next time. We're close to getting a level 3 Abyssal Guard, which is really strong. How much? What's he sitting at in terms of gold? 25. Okay. He's got one level. He's got one level over me, right? Okay, so he's changed up his positioning a little bit. He's got a level. Oh, okay. He's got a level 3 Razor Claw. Please kill his Dark Spirit. Are we going to do that? Okay, that's a really big Medusa ultimate. And again, my Agursis Ranger isn't touched, killing his Berserker, which is good. Let's have a look at his page. Who's winning? Oh, I won. Oh, I won. Nice. The split positioning worked. Okay, that was Pog. I mean, we were in a rough position, but that was Pog. Basically, I was essentially losing because he grouped everything up in the corner. And that meant if I tried to go line formation or just matched him with group, everything on his side would come directly to my side. And that meant that no one was exposing themselves, and the Berserker specifically, which was quite far, the Berserker was quite far up for a big carry unit. He wasn't getting exposed very quickly. So what I wanted to do was put my 2 ranged hunters on either side, both of which meant that they weren't going to be caught in an AoE spell, and he had Dark Spirit, so I had to split because the AoE would have just wrecked me if I was in a box. So I saw Dark Spirit, I had to split, one to the right, one to the left. And essentially that meant that his team that was boxed in the corner would move out. They would move out towards my team on the other side. So I had the team on the left and the team on the right. His team was all on the top left for me. I would move his defensive formation to the right because I had a very strong Siren and set of warriors on the right-hand side. And then I had my Agursis Ranger, who I put all of my eggs into on the left-hand side that would deal directly with the backline once they got exposed, because the right-hand side of my team pulled them out to the right-hand side of the board. So that's essentially why I positioned like that, and it seemed to finally get the win and start working. It took a little bit of experimentation, and positioning definitely is very sort of experimentation heavy. If I did something wrong this game, I blew my gold way too early. I thought I'd won. I thought I was in such a dominant position, and it was a very foolish thing to do because I could have lost the game. So don't spend your gold too early, especially if you've got someone else who is ramping up pretty quickly. If I'd stayed around 50 gold, I'd have been level 10, probably would have had a few more level 3 units, and would have been in a much better position. So that's something to learn from this game if you don't want to do what I did, because I almost threw it. But that was a little bit on positioning, and I hope it helped. I'm going to do like a proper positioning guide in like a separate video with actual demonstrations sometime soon. But yeah, hopefully this was good for you, and I'll see you soon.